Roger, second level. Go ahead with the first deal.
Edward 182, 2949.
Who are you? Stop right there. Go ahead and stop right there.
An Idaho state officer shines his light on 70-year-old Alan Bruce, unaware he's just cornered a killer. Bruce had spent his final hours dumping human remains into a nearby river after committing a brutal murder and meticulously scrubbing the scene to erase the horror.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Got a little pizza problem going on down here, and I just wanted to make sure you weren't that guys.
All right, so you're just trying to keep an eye on stuff then.
Yeah, excuse me for if I got you excited.
All right.
After Alan walks away, it would take investigators some days to discover exactly what he dumped in the river. He led them through a twisted labyrinth of misleading clues and chilling discoveries, uncovering what might be the most horrific true crime these small-town officers will ever encounter.
Oh, it stinks bad.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
There is nobody. No, he is reduced down to nothing.
"70-year-old Alan Bruce didn't just kill his neighbor. He treated the crime like a chore. A chainsaw, a burned barrel, and a cold river were his tools. But how did a man who almost perfectly erased his victim leave behind one microscopic mistake? Challis, Idaho, is a place where people go to be left alone. It's a town of 900 people, carved into the shadows of the Salmon River Mountains. In a place this remote, your neighbor isn't just the person next door, they are often your only lifeline. But in May of 2024, the silence of the mountains was broken by a philosophy that would haunt this community forever.
When he's upset, I'm just surprised he hasn't been back to see. That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah. Do you know what he was wearing last when he left?
Pair of boots, blue jeans, and I think it was a dark t-shirt and baseball cap, and he's got a little pug rider that is with him everywhere.
Who is Patrick to
Just
you?
one of my dear kids that I've taken under my wing.
Okay, so not biological.
No.
Okay.
There's a picture.
Yeah, picture, okay. Does this picture resemble what he looks like right now?
His beard is a little fuller and his hair is in better shape than that.
It was a Tuesday when Patrick Shelton's world went dark. When he didn't return home, his friends didn't immediately panic. Life in the Idaho backcountry is unpredictable. Friends described Patrick as pure Idaho. He was the kind of man who preferred the company of his dog to the noise of the city. He lived a life that many dream of but few can handle, off the grid, self-reliant, and deeply connected to the land. But in the backcountry, land is everything. It is your livelihood, your sanctuary, and, as we would later learn, it can also be your death warrant.
Hello?
It's windshield crack.
Yeah. I think that's normal. I believe so. Hey, Pat!
Pat! Pat, it's the Custer County Sheriff's Office! Can you hear us?
Dog's in the seat.
Alive?
What was the dog's name?
Ryder.
Ryder, buddy. Ryder.
It awake?
No, it's not moving.
Dog's been in here a while. He's messed himself. Oh, he's moving. It's definitely a he, by the way. Hi, baby. Oh, here, okay. We're gonna get you some water, okay? Where'd he go? Where did he go?
Finally, his truck was found. It sat alone on a dirt track in the Big Hill area. Inside, his dog, his constant companion, was still waiting. It had been days. The dog was dehydrated, terrified, and guarding an empty driver's seat. As search parties combed the brush, one man watched from the periphery. 70-year-old Alan Bruce. To the outside world, he was just another rugged local. But investigators soon learned that Bruce and Shelton had a history. A history of property disputes, of stay-off-my-land warnings, and a simmering resentment that was about to boil over.
I remember you mentioned something about when you talked about him going to Alan Bruce's
It seemed like you said something to where they had some conflict recently. They have.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why he went there?
He was supposed to go move his motorhomes. And when he got out there, Alan had moved them with the bulldozer.
Okay.
Not good. Probably screwed up the transmissions and I don't know.
Poor buddy.
What's up?
That?
No.
So that makes me think he could be down lower if he would, because his chainsaw's not here.
Yeah.
He always
You
has
wanna
his
go down for a
chainsaw.
walk?
I'm thinking so.
Okay, I'll go with you. I kind of want to walk down there and see if his behavior still points that way.
Right. Let's walk him.
Come on. Dude, you gotta give me a break. We can't go down that. That is a completely down. There is no way
On
to
Sunday,
go to that.
when deputies and the Custer County Search and Rescue finally located Patrick's truck, the hope of a safe return vanished instantly. The truck was parked near Big Hill, seemingly abandoned. But inside, investigators found a scene that looked like something out of a horror film. Spattered across the dashboard and clinging to the rearview mirror was what appeared to be brain tissue and blood. The passenger window was shattered, with glass fragments littering the interior. On the windowsill sat a copper bullet jacket and strands of red hair that matched the man they were looking for. The search led directly to the 70-year-old neighbor, Alan Bruce. When police first interviewed him, Bruce was cool, calm, and dismissive. He denied knowing where Patrick was. He denied owning any firearms. But behind the scenes, the digital and physical evidence was telling a different story.
How's it going?
So, one thing after another.
One thing after another? Hey, I was just coming to chat with you. We had a report that no one knows where Pat is right now.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay. And I just wanted to touch bases with you because I know you got the stuff off your property, but he was going to come by to pick it up, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever see him on that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
They came by here. He was unhappy, very unhappy.
Okay. But it was just all kind of verbal argument or something, or he's just, okay. And he went and got his stuff then, or?
Well, he still has some stuff here. He said he would want to go cut some wood. He needs some money. So he's probably out somewhere out there. Maybe broke down, and I don't know.
I'm just trying to create a timeline so I know who last saw him. So when was that he showed up here?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago?
3 nights ago.
Let's see, what is
it?
Thursday night? Okay.
In the middle of the conversation, the deputy notices some off about Alan's demeanor. His responses are short, controlled, almost rehearsed. But as the deputy continue asking questions, things starts to feel even more strange.
And did he hang around here long, or did he just go right over?
Back and forth.
Back and forth?
Uh-huh.
Coming back onto the property?
Yeah.
Does he still have stuff here then?
He does.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
get it all out.
Oh, okay.
Like that shed, that wooden shed is his.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
The tires in it. And you can see there's a pickup rack just over that Ford.
Oh, just the steel there
Yeah, the
poking
steel-
up?
steel,
Oh,
that's
okay.
his.
Okay. So
The wooden rack over there on the back of the tractor, like that.
okay,
Tires.
just kind of a bunch of crap laying around.
Right.
Okay. So he got some of it though?
Yeah.
Do you know where he was taking it to?
Taking down his motorhomes.
Oh, where are his motorhomes?
Right here, you walk over here and you see.
Okay. Oh, there?
There's his Ram Charger and another one's in front.
The motorhome Alan is gesturing toward does, in fact, belong to Patrick. But more significantly, it contains evidence that could finally reveal the truth behind his disappearance. Alan explains that he personally relocated Patrick's vehicles following a string of bitter disagreements, a move he frames as routine, given their history as frequent business associates. However, as the dialogue progresses, the deputy observes a subtle shift in Alan's composure and discreetly summons backup to the scene. There is a palpable tension in Alan's demeanor. This unease stems from a dark reality. While he maintains eye contact with the officer, his entire focus is fixed on the nearby barrels, containers that secretly house Patrick's remains.
Hey. He's riding along with me. I was just on a phone call for a minute, so I didn't want to bring that out here, So did he stay here last night, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. And he didn't tell you where he was going to get the wood?
Hold on. On my Thursday night he left here, not last night.
Okay.
You know, does he have any favorite spots so we can just go
He's got a
check
spot
for
up
him?
there at Bay Horse, pretty close to the top. You go up there before you get to the rest area, the potties. This road takes off and goes down the hill and crosses the creek.
Uh-huh.
Way back up in there is a favorite wood cutting spot for him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that the only one you know about?
It's the only one he took me to.
Oh, okay. You may be the last person that saw him because he would have then gone up there that night potentially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remarkably, Alan's demeanor undergoes another calculated shift. Now, with a second officer present on the scene, he becomes notably more composed, choosing his words with extreme caution. Despite this guarded behavior, Alan offers the deputies a significant lead, a potential location for the missing man. He describes a remote, desolate area roughly 20 miles away, situated near the infamous River of No Return. Naturally, this is a lead the investigators are compelled to follow. However, before departing for the wilderness, they decide to conduct a brief, preliminary search of the motorhome Alan had indicated earlier. It is a seemingly minor choice, yet this small decision will ultimately provide the authorities with the crucial evidence they need to move the case forward.
Doors are ratchet strapped closed. Looks like it's cut.
Are these your footprints?
No.
And take a photo of those.
Yeah, that one looks open. That looks... I think it looks cut.
If that is a deadbolt, but that's an additional.
I'm assuming Alan had to access it to put it in neutral. Technically, you could be looking at unlawful entry.
It is evident the locks have been tampered with, a detail consistent with Alan's claim that he relocated the motorhome himself. While seemingly minor, this discrepancy could provide the grounds needed to detain him as the investigation unfolds. However, lacking a search warrant, the officers cannot enter the vehicle. They withdraw from the immediate scene and pivot toward Big Hill, where Patrick was allegedly last seen. At this stage, no crime has been officially confirmed, Alan remains cooperative, and no direct evidence points to foul play. But before the night concludes, investigators will uncover multiple suspects and the most harrowing crime this town has ever witnessed. The following morning, investigators leverage the overnight developments and the encounter with Alan to fast-track their search warrants. It's clear Alan is hiding a dark secret, and police are determined to uncover it. They set a precise plan in motion, remove Alan from the property, conduct a thorough search, and if hard evidence surfaces, confront him immediately. While detectives finalize the paperwork, a deputy is dispatched to Alan's lot with one objective: keep him away to prevent the destruction of evidence. Alan remains confident, believing he's successfully erased every trace of his crime.
Hey, Alan. How's it going? Hopefully your day's a little better than when I last ran into you. You said everything was... Well, your truck's still broken down, I guess, so maybe that's not the case. You doing all right? You can just hop in the front there.
We're hoping turns up. We've got unfinished business.
Yeah, he's still got stuff on your property, too, to get off, too, huh? So, I mean, y'all were getting along for a while there, but then... What happened there, even? He just started accusing you of stuff, or...?
Yeah. And there's nothing I could say to convince him that it wasn't.
Well, I appreciate you being available to just chat with them a bit more. They're the professionals. They've got questions I probably didn't ask you.
Despite the deputy's subtle attempts to probe for information, Alan remained steadfast, strictly adhering to his original story. In fact, he appears remarkably relaxed, clearly confident that no physical evidence can link him to a crime. Roughly 30 minutes later, detectives arrive at the property while Alan waits inside his vehicle. He remains oblivious as the investigation shifts focus back to Patrick's motorhome, where the discovery of the evidence he failed to conceal is about to begin.
Sheriff's office. Make yourself known. What this is. Got a gun case?
The discovery of Patrick's empty gun case aligns with earlier reports that he was never without a firearm. However, the weapon is missing from both the motorhome and his pickup truck. Having cleared the vehicle, investigators turn their attention to Allen's property. The lot is filled with various structures and vehicles, and an initial sweep reveals no obvious signs of foul play. For a moment, it appears Allen's cover-up has been successful. But the tide begins to turn as deputies notice something unusual, a suspicious sight lingering across a distant corner of the property.
Something stinks.
Oh, it stinks bad.
Just kind of pull that one down.
So we're just gonna hold on this trailer till we can get keys. If he won't give us keys, then we'll go from there. But we need to hold on this until we get that.
In that freshly moved.
Do we want to call out the cadaver dog?
Let's go ahead and do it while we're here. We've got it cleared. It might be the best way to get something to hold him.
As the search intensifies, deputies detect the distinct odor of burnt meat drifting across the lot, yet the source remains elusive. Despite re-examining the structures and scouring the open fields, they find nothing. To pinpoint the origin of the scent, investigators call in a cadaver dog. Minutes later, a canine named Spy arrives on the scene. After a sweep of the property, Spy begins to alert, focusing his attention on a set of industrial barrels tucked away in the shadows.
I'm rolling. Clean down.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start looking. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we got our window.
In a burn box. Ah.
Latex gloves, windows.
Mm-hmm. And doggy treats.
I'm gonna get a backed up picture.
Inside the barrels, investigators begin to uncover the evidence Allen desperately tried to conceal. They find shattered automotive glass, consistent with a high-velocity bullet impact, along with discarded latex gloves and a vacuum filter stained with blood. As the search of the remaining containers continues, officers recover a set of night vision binoculars and Patrick's baseball cap, which is heavily marked with blood. Most disturbing of all, they discover shreds of clothing tangled with suspected human remains. While ammunition and magazines are pulled from the debris, the firearms are nowhere to be found, suggesting the weapons were either moved or hidden elsewhere. These missing guns, combined with the lack of intact remains, highlight the chilling efficiency with which this crime scene was scrubbed. The investigation was no longer about a disappearance. It was about a calculated, high-tech ambush by a man who believed that in the mountains of Idaho, the law doesn't exist if you can make the body disappear.
We want to be able to tell the prosecutor you helped us every which way you could.
I could do that my case, go to prison for the rest of my life. What?
I don't know. I can't tell you what the prosecutor.
I gotta go to the jury trial now.
You don't have to go through it right now.
Yeah. So the way it works here is he doesn't feel like we should let you stay free, right? So we're still going to continue to investigate this case with your help or without your help. We're still going to dig through.
Yeah. I mean, there's still some things that like concern me, like, and I don't know if you were asking about like who drove the truck up in the mountains.
Nobody drove it. I towed it up there.
Oh, you towed it up there?
Yeah.
Okay. With which vehicle?
My dog.
Okay.
The tow barn and towed it up here.
Oh, okay. What'd you do with the dog?
Left it in the truck. I was in dispatch, but I figured, nah, just leave the truck. Maybe or yeah.
Oh, dog didn't.
I didn't want to kill it.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah. So
It's just, I mean, we're in a rock and a hard place right now, right? It's where we've been all day. It's where we're going to continue to be until we can completely wrap this up and figure out what the hell actually happened.
Well, before you take it, I'd like to lock up myself.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to leave this unsecured.
Yeah, we won't leave it like that,
I mean,
man.
We'll lock it all up and bring in the keys.
Close the gate. We're going
Yeah.
to call.
When 70-year-old Alan Bruce was interrogated, he didn't look like a killer. He looked like any other retired resident of Challis. But as the hours wore on, the facade began to crack. Bruce initially claimed self-defense, telling investigators that Patrick Shelton had pulled a .45 pistol on him after crashing into Bruce's truck. The pressure finally breaks him. Alan admits to shooting Patrick, dismembering him, and burning the body before discarding the remains. With the confession now officially on the record, investigators pivot to a chilling question: did Alan act entirely alone? Or is there a darker secret he's still concealing? But before detectives can press him further, Alan makes a startling claim.
He came up with that pistol, was gonna do me.
And we're not arguing. We're not arguing that point. We're just trying to figure out like what you did with the body, how you did it, and where it's at, if there's anything left.
Not much.
Did you have any help with it?
No. That's just where you shoot, shut up, shelf.
Do you see our point? I mean, what we're trying to do at all, Alan?
I tried to hide it and get away with it.
Yeah. And like I said, we're just trying to, get some closure for his family and present the picture so that everybody understands why you did what you did.
Said you better pull the trigger. Mother things come up with the gun. At that point, it was me or him, but I wasn't dispatched, but they're not just in the truck, maybe like little bigger or
yeah.
Oh, dog didn't know.
I didn't want to kill it.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, so
It's just, we're in a rock and a hard place right now, right? It's where we've been all day. It's where we're going to continue to be until we can completely wrap this up and figure out what the hell actually happened.
Well, before you take it, I was like a lock on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to leave this unsecured. We'll
lock it all up and bring in the keys.
Close the gate.
Yeah.
Let you call. I'm in trouble.
Well, that's part of it, but you also destroyed some evidence.
What did you do?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Alan. Dude, come on. Did you burn a body? Come on.
Yeah, I did.
And you didn't tell anybody. So, look at it from our point of view. We gotta do the right thing for Patrick's family. You know what I mean? We gotta try to find that body. We gotta do the right thing for his family.
There is no body. No, he was reduced down to nothing. Nothing.
Did you chop him up?
No, I threw him in a burn barrel with a bunch of wood underneath him. And, yeah, I chopped him up. I took a chainsaw to him.
Okay, where's the chainsaw?
It's gone. It's
gone. Did you throw it in the river?
I got rid of it. Believe me, I burned it.
You burnt the chainsaw?
Yeah.
Is it in the barrel?
Yeah.
And I've never chainsawed a body, but I think there would be like blood and skin and gristle and stuff,
Yeah, it was ugly.
And so, where's that at? How did you clean that up?
Took a shovel and rake, ripped up everything I could, walked it down with a hose and put Clorox on it.
And the chainsaw's where?
Keep the burn barrel and burned it last day.
He told deputies when that .45 came up, it was me or him. But his subsequent actions didn't look like self-defense. They looked like a professional tactical operation. As the case moved to the Custer County Courthouse, the community expected a dramatic trial. They wanted to hear Alan Bruce explain why. But Bruce had one last move to make. Instead of a standard guilty or not guilty plea, Bruce's story ended with a 20-year sentence and a rare Alford plea, allowing him to maintain his innocence while acknowledging the state's evidence was insurmountable. But for Patrick Shelton's family, the silence remains, as his body was never fully recovered. Do you think 20 years is enough for a crime this calculated? Or did his age and the plea deal let him off too easy? Let's discuss it in the comments. If you want more deep dives into the cases that prove truth is scarier than fiction, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is Gravitas Crime, and I'll see you in the next investigation.